After Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came back from Gaya and established the Sankirtan movement, Murari Gupta was one of his closest beloved devotees. During the Mahaprakash, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to show the world what real bhakti is through the example of his devotees. And he selected very special devotees to reveal their hearts. The Lord told us, Mahajano yena katasa panta, that we cannot understand the essence and goal of the Vedas even by reading and memorizing scripture after scripture, nor by our tapasya, or simply by our sadhana, not by giving enormous donations or accumulating millions of followers. The real truth can only be understood by following in the footsteps of great souls. And what is a great soul? Srila Prabhupada writes that Krishna doesn't see the things that are offered, but he accepts the intention in which it is offered. That is something within the heart. The purpose of our chanting of the holy names, of our seva, of everything we do, is to cleanse our hearts of selfishness, of ego, and all of the things that come from that. Lust, anger, envy, greed, arrogance, and illusion. So during this Mahaprakash Leela, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he wanted to show the world what was deep in the innermost core of the hearts of his devotees. He called Sridhar, Haridas Thakur, Srivas Advaita. He was revealing the very form of the Lord that they loved and worshipped, and offering them any benedictions. He called Murari Gupta. Now in the Lord's pastimes, these associates, although they had the identical consciousness of their original spiritual identities, for the purpose of Leela, the Lord sometimes covered them from understanding who they actually really were. The Lord was sitting on the throne in the house of Srivas, and he called Murari. He said, Murari, see who I am before you. Murari Gupta looked up, and he saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifesting his form as Sri Ramchandra. He was sitting in the Virasana, a heroic pose, holding his mighty bow with a quiver and arrows. His complexion was like the durba grass, his eyes beautiful like lotus flowers. On his left side was Sita, and on his right, Lakshman. And Murari Gupta saw in all directions around him were Vanaras, monkey soldiers, all offering their prayers. There was Jambavan and Sugriva and Nila and Nala. And then Murari Gupta happened to see his own body. He had become a monkey. He had a tail. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Murari Gupta, he said, look at me. He said, you have forgotten, but I am reminding you. Don't you remember when Ravana stole Sita away from me? How you jumped over the ocean? And with your tail blazing with fire, you burnt the city of Lanka? Said, I am your beloved Lord, Sri Ramchandra, and you are my beloved devotee, Hanuman. Murari Gupta fell unconscious in ecstasy. And then the Lord touched him and woke him up. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, look, here is Lakshman. When he was critically wounded, you felt such deep compassion and love for him that you jumped from Sri Lanka to the Himalayas and carried the entire Gandhamadana mountain back just to revive him. And here is Sita. When you saw her condition in the Ashok Grove as a captive of Ravana, you wept a shoreless ocean of tears. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Murari Gupta, I am your beloved Lord, and I have the desire to fulfill any wish you have. Ask for any benediction. The substance of a person's character is ultimately the ideals that we hold sacred, our desires. So much of the world around us is revealed according to our desire. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Yejatam mam prapadyante tams tathaiva bhajamya. As one surrenders to me, I reveal myself accordingly. According to the desires we cultivate through our prayer, through our sadhana, through our association, and through our intentions. That is how Krishna reveals everything within us and around us. For one who is envious, for one who is angry, for one who is arrogant, they see the whole world through that lens. They see everything and everyone accordingly. For one who is humble, compassionate, and eager to serve, they see opportunities to humble themselves and serve in every situation that exists. So during this great Mahaprakash Leela, Lord Chaitanya was revealing the inner character and essence of each of his devotees by offering them anything they desired. They understood that he is the husband of the goddess of fortune. He's the controller of all controllers. Whatever they asked for, they would receive. Murari Gupta told Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the spirit of Hanuman, I do not want to ask anything from you. My only desire is how I can serve you. This was the principle of Prahalad Maharaj also. Lord Narasimhadev offered Prahalad any benediction. Prahalad said, if I ask anything for myself, then I'm not really a devotee. I'm just doing business with you. I only want to remember you and serve you. Murari Gupta, he said, I want nothing from you, my Lord. But if it really pleases you that you give me something, in every situation I may be in any birth I may take, allow me to always remember you with love. Let me always remember that you are my master and I am your servant. Allow me to always be in the association of those who sincerely and genuinely consider themselves to be your servants. Allow me to be the servant of your servants. That is all that I desire. And in this spirit, let me forever chant your holy names. When Murari Gupta revealed his heart in this way, wanting nothing but the opportunity to serve the Lord, dukhalayam asasvatam. This material world is full of challenges, full of sufferings. There's always people like Ravana, big ones and little ones. Hanuman didn't ask that the obstacles be removed. He didn't ask that envious people be removed from his life. He only asked that in whatever situation, let me always remember you and please you by being the servant of your servants. And in his humility, Hanumanji, as Murari Gupta revealed, and let me always be with your devotees who have that spirit. When Lord Chaitanya heard this, he began to cry. All the devotees began to cry. All the trees and flowers and animals and reptiles and insects began to cry. Even the stones started melting. This was the power of Murari Gupta's devotion. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he granted this benediction to his devotee. And he said, anyone who considers you to be an ordinary householder with a family, who has an apparently material occupation of being a doctor, is most unfortunate. Murari Gupta was a great saint. He was a pure devotee of Krishna. But he wasn't a sanyasi. He wasn't living like a very highly qualified, learned brahman. He was a householder with family, and he was performing his occupation. But Lord Chaitanya said, Murari, who is Krishna himself, is Gupta. He is secretly living within your heart. Prahalad, such a great devotee, he was born in a family of demons, son of Hiranyakashipu. Ganjendra, that great devotee who surrendered to the Lord, was an elephant. Hanuman, he was a monkey. He had no caste. There was nothing very prestigious about his birth. But his devotion was something that lives forever in the hearts of all devotees. And similarly, Murari Gupta, he appeared to be a very ordinary person. Ordinary people just saw him as a doctor. But those who were blessed by the Lord's grace could see that he was a topmost devotee. He was Hanuman.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on devotionalnectar.com.